Alright, welcome back to Flight Sim 2020 and welcome to a lovely overcast day, late afternoon here in Port Elizabeth in South Africa. Today's video, we're going to be doing a fictional flight for South African Airways from here in Port Elizabeth over to Durban King Shaka. It's fictional because SAA doesn't operate this route at the moment, and they also don't operate the A320neo. This is the FlyByWire A32NX. And the idea for today's flight is we are going to be using FS2Crew with the animated first officer for the fly-by-wire. And if you haven't seen my video showing that off, I'll put a link to that now. But there's been some big updates to it since that video. The main one being the ability to change the avatar of your first officer. So it launched with just the one dude. There's now a couple of other dudes you can choose. And we also have the option of 2 female first officers. So I've chosen the redhead, which sounds a bit weird, but yeah, the plan is to take a flight with her down to Durban today. Not only are we using FS2Crew, we're also going to be running SLC, so self-loading cargo, and that's going to be doing all of our passenger and crew interactions. So what I actually do is go into the settings of FS2Crew, turn down the volume slider for the flight attendants so that FS2Crew only does the first officer interactions and self-loading cargo will do all of the passenger and crew interactions. Right, that's the plan for today's flight. So let's jump aboard. We should be able to see our lovely first officer now. Right, there she is. So next, we need to just let her know that we are ready to start setting up, and she will start prepping the aircraft. And of course, we've got a whole bunch of things to do as well at that point. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's start setting up. Okay, she's disappeared because she's going to go out now and do the walk around. Right, so we're going to start doing our setup then while she is out doing the walk around. So we can turn this guy on. That can come on. Both of these, or all 3 of those, we can set to nav. That should be up. Fuel pumps we'll leave for now because we still need to refuel. Seatbelt sounds we can actually turn off because we haven't fueled yet, and she's already turned the nav on. So before we go any further, let's establish connection with our ground crew and have a chat with our cabin crew so that they are ready to start doing the things that they need to
do. Ground to cockpit.
Hello.
Hi, Captain. How are you?
Hi there. I'm very well.
We'll chat to the ground crew
Great.
in a moment.
We're just getting ready for departure. Once we've opened the door, we'll speak to the terminal staff and find out how long they think it'll be until boarding starts.
No worries. You can open the doors whenever you're ready.
No problem.
Okay, ground crew is also calling us.
Go ahead.
Hi, Captain. Microphone check, please.
Crystal clear. 5 out of 5.
Okay, Captain. Radio check complete. We'll contact you once the ground vehicles arrive and we're ready to start loading.
Roger.
Ground to cockpit.
Go ahead.
Hi, Captain. Just a quick update to let you know that we've started loading. We'll contact you again once we're done.
Roger.
Cabin crew's calling now.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, so I've spoken to security and they've started checking in, but there's around another 10 minutes to go before we expect to be seeing any passengers.
Okay. Feel free to start boarding whenever they're ready to come on board. Let us know once you've started.
No problem.
Okay, so now that we've dealt with all of that, everyone is kind of doing the things they need to do. Let's go and set up our flight plan for today. So we'll import our Simbrief information. That is the correct flight, 5905. And let's go and set up over here, we need fuel. So it should be set to rail. Let's check that this is also set to rail. Nice. Okay. Our fuel today is 4,000 pounds required.
I'm back. No issues on the walk around.
Okay, she's back on her walk around. So we'll start our refueling. And payload, we've got 0 fuel weight 60, so we do 60.3 and CG of 33.4. So this is going to be baggage and passengers, so we can start that loading now. Let that do its thing. Right, then we're going to come back here and start setting this up. But before I do that, let's actually just get brightness of our displays sorted. Cool, she's back. Okay, we might as well set this up while we are here too. QNH 1020. And we can flip that over. And then I just want to, I've already done that. Okay, cool. Let's come in here. Right, this should all be correct. And then done so. So 1 Alpha. Okay, that looks good.
Hi, the security and safety checks are all done. Are you good to start boarding?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so that's our flight number today. Cost index is 5, and we are going up to 37,000. Right, if I remember correctly, we are 60.3 and 53.4, something like that. 60.3, 33.4. Nice. Block fuel today of 4 tons. Okay, no SID for today because there aren't any, so we'll do runway heading and then vector ourselves out to join hit kit and then all the way out to Durban. We've done so 1 Alpha SID in Durban King Shark. Okay, we'll be doing flaps today of 2. I normally just do up 0.5. Right, let's come in here and have a look at some charts. Okay, we don't want to do runway 17, that's the short one. So we need to figure out weather, which we actually have in here somewhere, 080. So that's actually perfect for us to do a runway 8 departure. So I'm not entirely sure what we got
All
planned
stations
for
were about to
17.
start boarding.
Okay, so we'll do runway 8, which is very simple. So we push to face left, southwest, and then Alpha all the way, Alpha 1. And hold short of 08. So let's go in here and adjust it then. So we are doing runway 08, and there are no SIDs, so that's cool. Perfect. Transition altitude. It's 5,000. And we'll flex to 40. Okay. Cabin calling.
Hello.
Hi, Captain. We've started boarding now and the passengers are being seated.
Thanks.
Okay, so boarding has started. Okay, we'll go and set up our speeds so long while we are here. That's all good. Right, and then that prep is pretty much done, I reckon. Are you ready for the takeoff briefing?
Ready.
Okay, so it's a nice and simple taxi out today. We're gonna push to face our left and then taxi Alpha all the way down to Alpha 1, hold short runway 08. There is a bit of low cloud out there, but nothing too crazy to deal with. And we will then be climbing up to 37,000 feet and dialing here so long. Other than that, everything is already set up to go. So V speeds, V1 126, rotate 127, V2 131, and we have flaps 2 takeoff with flex to 40 degrees. Any questions?
No questions.
All right, so we're just waiting for our passengers to finish boarding, and then we can go ahead and finish off our before start prep. Yes, this looks like it's done with all the cargo, which it is. It's just the passengers that are still boarding. The fuel, I think, is completed, which it is, which means we can come up here and turn these on. We can also put on the seatbelt signs so that people already start fastening seatbelts because we're done fueling, so that's all good. Okay, well that means we're pretty much just waiting now for our passengers to finish boarding. So that's going to take another few minutes. We are expected to depart in 17 minutes. So come down here. So what's that? 12 past 2. Okay, so we've got 17 minutes. We should definitely be able to finish boarding by then and be on our way in time. Okay, ground crew are calling us. Probably finished loading.
Go ahead.
Loading has been completed. We're sending the load sheet up to you now. We're waiting for you to close up. Once the beacon light is switched on, we'll contact you to begin pushback.
Roger.
Okay, cool. So they've done loading all the baggage. They're waiting for the beacon. Cabin crew calling as well.
Hello.
Hi, Captain. Okay, here's the load sheet from ground. I've written the passenger count here, the crew count here, and a total number of souls, not including yourselves, here.
Thank you.
No problem at all.
Okay, give me a call once you're ready and we'll get underway.
No problem.
Okay, what we should also do is come down here. Let's just see if we go to condition here. Right, it's getting pretty hot. So we're going to call up the ground.
Cockpit to
let them
ground.
know we're starting the APU.
Boarding completed.
Go ahead.
We're starting the APU. Please stand by as we'll be disconnecting from ground power shortly.
Roger. We'll monitor the startup from down here and let you know if we see anything untoward.
Roger.
Yeah, that was fly-by-wire's boarding completed. So Durban is saying variable 2 knots. Okay, good viz. Few clouds at 2,600, so it was pretty much overcast a bit earlier, so it looks like it's clearing over there, similar to how it is here. Okay, that must be the passengers done boarding.
Hello.
Hi, Captain. Just to let you know that everyone's on board.
All right, you can close the doors whenever you're ready.
Okay, I'll let the crew know and we'll get closed up as soon as we can.
Right, while they are doing that,
All stations ready to close.
we'll go ahead and welcome the passengers on board.
Good afternoon from the cockpit. This is your captain speaking. I'd like to welcome you on board this afternoon as we fly to Durban. We're currently preparing for departure up here in the cockpit and thought we'd say hello while we finish entering the data into the flight computers. We hope to depart very shortly. We're not expecting any delays. The cabin crew will start securing the cabin once the aircraft has pushed back from the stand. As we make our way to the departure runway, please make sure you're seated and secured as they make their way around the aircraft. The weather is not looking particularly brilliant, so it might be a little uncomfortable at times as we climb to our cruise level. There's nothing to worry about, just make sure you keep an eye on the seatbelt sign and I'll turn it off once we're in clearer air. Once we're airborne, there shouldn't be any issue during our climb. It's a pretty straightforward departure out of the airport, so nothing to worry about there. It looks as though the en route winds are in our favour, so there shouldn't be any issue getting to our destination on time. However, we will keep you informed throughout the flight if there changes. The ground crew have finished loading the aircraft, so if you could get yourself seated and secured, we'll be able to get going straight away. Thank you very much for flying with us, and I hope you enjoy the flight.
Ground to cockpit.
Go ahead.
Call me when you require pushback.
Actually, we're all set to go now. Feel free to get connected.
Roger. Ground tow is connecting.
Roger.
Okay, let's do our checklist. Before start checklist.
Cockpit prep.
Completed.
Ground to cockpit.
Go ahead.
Just a reminder, if you're using software to track your virtual airline flights, you might want to start it now if you haven't already.
Roger.
Ground to cockpit.
Go ahead.
Tow is connected. Release parking brakes when ready to push back.
Roger.
Completed.
Completed. Gear pins and covers.
Removed.
Signs.
On and auto.
Adheres.
Nav.
Fuel quantity.
4,000 kilograms balanced.
Takeoff data.
Set.
Barrel ref.
1020 set.
1020. Set. Down to the line.
Below the line.
Windows and doors.
Closed.
Closed. Beacon.
On.
Thrust levers.
Idle.
Parking brake.
Set.
Before start checklist complete.
Okay, so let's go ahead and release our parking brake and then we'll start our pushback. Just need to let him know.
Parking brake is off. We're ready to go.
Roger. Tow is attached. Steering pin is inserted. Stand by while we start pushback.
Yes, we've also got to let our first officer know that we're starting the engines as well as the ground crew once we are underway and they have given us clearance to do so. Okay, tow is connecting. Right, there comes the push. Just wait for
Okay,
it to make it
Captain,
small.
we're clear of the stand and you're free to start engines.
Starting number 2.
Roger.
Starting engine 2.
Check.
Ground. Please push so we're facing left.
Cabin crew, please arm doors and cross-check.
Ground. Please stop here.
Roger. Please set your parking brake.
The brake is on.
Roger. Stand by. Please keep your parking brake on while we monitor engine startup and disconnect the tow.
Starting number 1.
Roger.
Starting engine 1.
Check.
Roger.
It's actually still a little warm. Bring the temperature down a bit.
Okay, Captain. Looks like a good startup on all engines and tow is disconnected. Nose wheel is free, so you're good to go. We'll get ourselves disconnected now, so have a safe flight. Look out for the pin on the right, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for the help. Pin on the right and we'll see you next time.
Yes, we have a good start on both engines. After start checklist.
Anti-ice.
Off.
ECAM status.
Checked.
Pitch trim.
Set. Set and checked.
Rudder trim.
0.
After start checklist complete.
Flight controls check.
Ready. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral.
Rudder.
Full left. Full right. Neutral.
Clear left side.
Clear right side.
All right, here we go. Brake check.
Pressure 0.
All right, so far everything is good. We just need to make sure that next our cabin crew take their seats for departure. That's them calling us now, actually. Let's see what they have to say.
Hi, Captain. Everyone's seated and secured for takeoff.
Thanks.
Let me know when we're ready to take off, and I'll get the crew seated and secured.
Will do.
Okay, so the passengers are all secure. We'll just let the cabin crew know once we're a little closer to the runway that they need to take their seats as well. Before takeoff checklist.
Flight controls.
Checked.
Checked. Flight instruments.
Checked.
Checked. Briefing.
Confirmed.
Flap setting.
Config 2.
Config 2. V1. VR. V2. Flex temp.
Flexing 40 degrees.
V1. 1. 2. 6. VR. 1. 2. 7. V2. 1. 3. 1. Flex temp. 4. 0. Degrees. ATC.
Set.
ECAM memo.
Takeoff, no blue.
Down to the line.
Cabin crew, seats for takeoff, please.
Below the line.
Approach path clear of traffic. Take off runway.
08 confirmed.
Cabin crew,
Advised.
TCAS.
TARA.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
PACX.
On.
Before takeoff checklist complete.
Yeah, the weather actually looks a little bit worse, not that way. It's where we are going, sort of. Ready?
Ready.
Takeoff.
Check. Thrust set.
Man flex SRS runway auto thrust blue.
100 knots. V1. Rotate. Positive climb.
Gear up. Autopilot 1 on.
Gear up.
Flaps 1.
Speed check. Flaps 1.
Flap 0.
Speed check. $1,000 to go. Flap 0.
After takeoff, climb checklist.
Landing gear.
Up.
Flaps.
Retract.
PACX.
On.
Down to the line.
Set standard.
Standard cross check. Passing flight level 0, 6, 5. Now.
Below the line.
Barrel rest.
Standard set.
Standard set. After takeoff, climb checklist complete.
We're climbing out now through 8,500 feet. She's got her sunglasses on. What triggers her to do that? Anyway, she obviously knows it's sunny somehow. But we are powering our way now through 9,500 feet. Next up for us is 10,000 feet. Turn off the seatbelt signs. So the passengers are released, and I think she's going to do that for us. Cool. Landing lights off. I can ask her to do seatbelts. Seatbelts off. Right, let's chat to the passengers.
Good afternoon once again from the cockpit. I hope you're enjoying the flight so far. We're currently climbing up to our cruising
1,000
altitude,
to
so
go.
I thought I'd give you a quick update. We're making good progress towards our destination and expect to arrive on time as planned. You'll next hear from me just before we start our descent. I'll be sure to keep you updated if anything changes, but in the meantime, please feel free to relax and take advantage of our onboard facilities. Thanks very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the seatbelt sign, so you are now free to move around the cabin. However, for your safety, we do recommend that you remain seated with your belt fastened at all times during the flight. Thank you.
Okay, we're coming up to Itkit now. 23 miles to go to Itkit still. I've got the set on full, I didn't realize that. And then we make our slight right turn, head out towards Durban. Definitely more cloudy out this way. Those cloud layers out there. But no turbulence, no bumps at all, so that's good for the passengers. If you use SLC, you'll know that the SLC passengers really don't like turbulence. So if we do have any indications that we're going to hit some bumps, we need to let them know as soon as possible. They also really don't like when you're late. So we should be, or at least we are scheduled to arrive at 15:49 at King Shaka, and we're estimating 15:19, so we're super chilled for time at the moment. So that's really good. Okay, coming up to 19,000 feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, in a few moments we will be starting our in-flight movie. If you require headphones, please contact a flight attendant and we'll be happy to help. For those of you who brought your own, you can plug them into the armrest to the side of you. Tune to channel 11 on the in-flight entertainment system. Thank you.
Okay, coming up to 23, 310. Okay, starting our turn now out towards the next waypoint. It's at Exoki. Okay, temperatures are better, so that's all good. not a particularly long cruise. The total flight time is about an hour in the air. I think, in fact, let's just go and check that. Yeah, time in flight, 1 hour, 2 minutes. Okay, fuel check, we're estimating 1.8 on board in Durban. And our minimum should be 0.9, so we've got a decent amount extra. Oh, this is, we're estimating
Ladies
1.
and gentlemen, we are about to start one of our in-flight movies. If you'd like to watch, please plug in your headphones and select channel 18 from your armrest remote. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the film.
Right, let's start having a look. Not at Pushback. Yeah. So, our update for weather in Durban. So we're expecting variable 2 knots. That means we can actually just do a straight in. It's not quite straight in, but we'll do runway 6. Is that what we planned? It is, isn't it? Well, we never actually said it though, but it is what's on the plan.
In
6
2 minutes, we will be starting the in-flight drinks service. If you could please ensure all aisles are clear and bags are placed in the overhead lockers, that would be much appreciated. Thank you.
Less scenic approach, because there's a really cool approach if we had to land too far. You go out over the ocean and come around in like that, which is really pretty. That's the best way to come into Durban, in my opinion. Especially if you're sitting on our side of the plane. So if you're sitting on the left-hand side, you get this cool view of the ocean and the coast and the city as you come around in the harbor. Yeah, so we'll pin the ILS Zulu for runway 6, and we are done, so pin that too. Let's go and have a look. Yeah, this is the approach I'm talking about. That's super cool. So you actually kind of go out straight over the harbor and coming around. But we're doing this one, so it's almost straight in. Okay, fuel check 1.8, all good. Expecting 1522 now. So it's 1519 before, but we've obviously put in our arrival. And we bumped that up to 1522. We need to arrive, or we're scheduled to be there 1549, so we're good. Nice blanket of cloud coming up underneath us now. So we'll be punching through that when we descend into...
We are about to serve our drinks menu. Choose from our menu of hot tea and coffee or a number of soft drinks. Please make sure your tray table is in the down position and clear any items from the aisle. Thank you.
Good afternoon once again from the cockpit. I hope all is well with you and you enjoyed flying with us so far. Just to keep you updated, we look to be making good progress and are expecting to arrive on time as planned. We'll keep you posted if anything changes, but in the meantime enjoy the remainder of the flight and I'll speak to you again once we're about to start our descent. Thank you.
Okay, top of descent 1455 and we are 1443. So we'll let the cabin crew know in about a minute or two that we have half an hour to go. a short flight. It looked way more overcast out here than it seems now. It looks like there's another thick layer out a little further on. Right, we got a new METAR for both. Overcast at 2,500 feet. Okay, that's what I was expecting. Winds 340 at 6. Should we switch runways? Let me do a little calculation here and see. I think we might be switching over to 2.4. Wow, PE's weather's gotten worse. That's rain showers, broken at 600 feet. And then cumulonimbus clouds, 4,500. Visibility still 9,000. So good thing we got out of there when we did, because it sounds like it's gotten a lot worse since we left. Okay, so let's see, runway 240. What is that, 6 knots? And 340. So that gives us a 1 knot tailwind. If we do runway 060, we have a 1 knot headwind, 6 knot left crosswind. So we're going to stay runway 6. Right, I think we can let the cabin crew know we've got half an hour to go. Solid overcast here now.
Hello, Captain.
Just to let you know, there's around 30 minutes to go until we start descending.
No problem.
Okay, so everything is set up in the FMS. We will be doing the Dancer 1 Alpha arrival.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to serve our hot food and snack menu. Please make sure your tray table is in the down position.
Already entered and checked that
aisle.
everything's correct in our route. So that's all good. I just want to check these speed restrictions, which we do actually have. 250 at Dancer and then 210 at 05, and then it's 210 from there on. At 1T1 we should be max 180, 196, so maybe we can go and put that in. But we should be manual speed by then anyway. Okay, weather. So our latest METAR, which was a few minutes ago, gives us broken clouds 1,600, overcast at 2,500 feet, QNH 1018, but the visibility is fine. We'll be going down through some clouds, but hopefully it's not too bumpy, but we'll let the passengers know as we need to. We'll do our normal seatbelt sounds on at 15,000 feet, I think, and that should be good. We're coming out to top of descent now, 14:55. Current time is 14:50, so I'm quickly going to let the passengers know that we're 5 minutes away from descent.
Good afternoon once again from the cockpit. I hope all is well with you and you enjoyed flying with us so far. We'll be starting our descent in just a few minutes. The arrival weather forecast looks a little windy, but other than a few bumps, it should be a fairly straightforward approach into the airport. We're not expecting any delays, so we should be able to land fairly quickly. Once we do begin our descent, please listen to the cabin crew carefully and pay attention to any instructions they provide. Please also monitor the seatbelt sign during our approach. Thanks for flying with us, and I'll speak to you again soon.
Yeah, so what I did do is tell the passengers that the weather wasn't great going into Durban, just in case we have some turbulence going through these clouds. It should be okay though, and maybe SLC will mark us down for that, but we'll see.
Hello.
Hi, Captain. Would you like a drink, tea, coffee, or water?
A bottle of water would be fantastic, thank you.
Of course. Just give me a couple of minutes and I'll bring it for you.
Good afternoon once again from the cockpit. I hope you're enjoying the flight so far. Just a quick broadcast to let you know that we will be keeping the seatbelt signs on for a few more minutes as there may be some light turbulence as we climb through the clouds. Good afternoon once again from the cockpit. As you've probably noticed, we've started our descent. We should be arriving in around 20 minutes depending on local air traffic, and I will shortly be instructing the cabin crew to get the cabin ready for our arrival. Once that happens, the seatbelt sign will be illuminated and you will be required to stay seated and secured until after landing. If you need to visit the toilet, it may be worth making your way towards one now. You'll next hear from me after landing, so I will wish you a very good afternoon once again, and I'll speak to you in a short while.
Alright, we're back on profile. I think we're just gonna keep the passengers seated from now on. So this is supposed to be overcast at 2,500 feet. We're at 26.5, and we're already in the soup. So it's not bumpy though. But I mean, we have really no way to tell what's gonna happen as we get a bit closer. She's taking her sunglasses off. Do you think FS2Crew can actually tell when it's cloudy outside? So our passengers are actually apparently very anxious. It's because we did quite a fast descent rate there with the speed brakes on, so passengers are not happy with that. That's going to lose us some points on our SLC score. Wow, I mean, oh, it's raining down there. Tiny bit of so we're under this first layer. That definitely looks like rain. I don't see any rain on the aircraft. Then we're going through that up ahead. Looks like we might
Cabin
just
crew,
sneak
prepare for
past
arrival.
to the left of this.
Cabin crew, please prepare the cabin for arrival.
Looks pretty nasty there. We're going to stay just to the left of that. Okay, I'm going to make sure we definitely go to the left of that. Okay, we do actually have to slow down to 250. I've done so. Right, we'll get ourselves back on course here. And in fact, we're just now going to go direct to Dunsa. Definitely does look like rain, but there's no rain on the windshield. So we're just going a bit too fast. Okay, that looks quite rough over there, which is kind of where the airport is. That might be a bit of a problem. In fact, wait, I think the airport might actually be this side of that mess. I think we're going to be fine for that. That's also a bit of a worry, but that's out over the ocean. Coming up to 12,500 feet. Right, looks like we're just going to skirt around the right-hand side of that cell. Let's come in here and just mark this as wet. no difference to our low setting, so we're still fine. Yeah, we might be going into a bit of rain there on the edge. Okay, I just passed through 11,500 feet. Okay, next waypoint, we need to be at 210 knots. I don't know where Pietermaritzburg is. Might actually be just there under that storm. It's kind of out that way, so it's probably just on the edge of that storm. Okay, we'll re-engage manage speed so that it will slow down properly. Right, she's turning on our landing lights.
Hello.
Hi, Captain. We're ready for landing. The cabin is secured.
Thank you.
If you let me know when you're ready to land, I'll make sure the rest of the crew are seated and ready.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. We are 15 miles now. We need to start slowing down. Oh, nasty weather over Pietermaritzburg Airport. Luckily we're not flying in there today. I wonder if this is moving towards Durban. Hopefully we'll just get in there before any of this becomes an issue. That's also quite rough, but looks like it's kind of over the harbour. We should be okay for that too. We used to say what it'll be like here in about 10 minutes or so. Laps 1.
Speed check. Flaps 1. Okay, localizers alive. Glide slope not yet.
really not understanding why we're not seeing any rain, because that, I mean, nothing's ever looked more like rain than that. Yeah, glide slope's alive. Arm approach. On the localizer, we're going to intercept the glide slope shortly. QNH 1017 set. Cool, she set her QNH. Then in just a little bit we'll start slowing down again. Should be about now.
To go.
There's some rain on the windscreen. It doesn't look as if the FlyByWire is following that speed restriction, because we're supposed to be at 180. Again, we need to start slowing down. Uh, 11.7 miles, we're okay.
All station seats for landing, please.
Radar altimeter alive.
Get down.
Gear down.
Flaps 2.
Speed check. Flaps 2.
Flaps 3.
Speed check. Flaps 3.
1000.
Flaps full.
Speed check. Flaps full.
Landing checklist.
Cabin crew.
Advised. Advised.
Auto thrust.
Speed.
Auto brake.
Low. Brake low.
ECAM memo.
Landing no blue.
Landing checklist complete.
Above, 400. Minimum.
Continue.
Checked.
$50, $40, $30, $20. Retard. 10. 5.
Spoilers, no reverse engine 1 and 2. Decel. $70 knots.
The landing checklist.
Flaps.
Retracted.
Pressure 0.
Retracted. Set and checked.
Spoilers.
Disarmed.
APU.
Start.
Radar.
Off.
Predictive wind shear system.
Off.
After landing checklist complete.
Okay, well, welcome to Durban King Shaka. Pretty rough weather on the arrival there, but once we actually got down to the airport, it's actually okay here. It was just that little stretch, kind of a beam Pietermaritzburg, that was pretty hectic. Not too bumpy at least though, so the passengers shouldn't have been too freaked out. Yeah, we are safely on the ground. Flight time of 1 hour and 8 minutes. And we were expected to arrive 15:49. We are now 15:22. So plenty of time for the passengers to disembark and be in the terminal and all of that. Probably slightly before the scheduled arrival time, so that's good. Sun is starting to set now, so it is getting pretty dark. Obviously the clouds are making it a lot worse. But we'll go in. We are parking just to... I think it's between that semi Q400 and the other Sapphire 737. I think that's where we're going. Yeah, that's the one. So turn right here. Taxi light off. So go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated until the captain turns off the seatbelt sign. Once that happens, we will start deboarding and you'll be able to leave the aircraft. Thank you.
Ground to cockpit.
Go ahead.
Hi, Captain. Microphone check, please.
Clear enough. 4 out of 5.
Roger. Okay, Captain. Ground power is available. Stand by. We'll start getting you offloaded in a couple of minutes.
Roger.
Cabin crew, disarm slides and cross-check. Right, we'll just turn off the seatbelt sign and our passengers will now start leaving the aircraft. Parking checklist.
APU bleed.
On. Set and checked.
Engines.
Off.
Seatbelts.
Off.
Exterior lights.
Nav logo on.
Fuel pumps.
Off.
Parking brake and chocks.
On and out.
Parking checklist complete.
Okay, but there you have it. We are parked up here at King Shaka. And that is going to bring us to the end of our video. A pretty cool approach. Takeoff was fun as well, busting out of the clouds. And then, wow, coming into Durban, pretty much in the thick, all the way from 26,000 feet. Then we had a bit of a gap as we came down, and then just on the beginning, kind of middle of our arrival, we went into the rain and all of that. It looks like the weather's actually closing in. The visibility is getting worse out that way, so it would appear that we did kind of just make it in time. But yeah, fun flight. I enjoy the animated first officer. I'm pretty sure FS2Crew is going to add that to the rest of their products, but very cool that you can now choose your avatar. And as always, SLC is loads of fun. To actually be able to have that interaction with the passengers and the crew is very, very cool. But anyway, we made it all the way to this point of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you did enjoy it, you know what to do down below, and I'll see you in the next one.